Good morning, YouTube. We're in Tijuana, and this morning we're going to fly to the Yuma International Airport. It's a little ways away, about 120 nautical miles, so we're going to use the Cirrus Vision this morning to get there. Go ahead and do a pushback. I can get one here. My Shift G isn't working, so let me look around me. Try this again here. Yeah, I see a truck there, but the ground services aren't coming anywhere near me. So I might have to taxi out of here without their help, which if I don't do it just right, we'll end up running into that building. I suppose I could position us on the runway. All right. Put my mixture forward so the engines don't cut off. With the yoke, it is a necessity. Okay. So what I have for information here, distance of 120 miles, estimated time en route 32, general bearing of 075, so kind of an easterly direction today. We'll put the nav radio in at 113.7. So we have 113.7 there. We'll also get the GPS set up here. And while we're in here, we'll do the terrain for the inset map now. Alright, we'll fly at a roughly 11,000 feet. The MDA for this hop is going to be 560. ATIS is 118.8. So I have the intentions of landing at runway 7 left, but depending on what ATIS says, that might change. Arrival altitude is 2,000. What did I say, runway 7? Looks like I've got runway 3 here. Let me see. Yeah, runway 3. My mistake. It's going by memory. Not runway 7, runway 3. So we'll go ahead and program the flight plan. What was it? KNYL? Yeah, KNYL. Yuma. And it says Kazi or Wigs, and what I have in my notes is Rugs, so I'm not sure which of those to pick, so I'll pick Kazi. We'll set the barrow to 560, was it? Yeah, 560. deactivate this. Now let me see if rugs is in here. Yeah, we got rugs. Alright, so we'll just go ahead and do this approach. Looks like everything's set up and ready to go that we need. The only other thing I might do here is terrain here. Rotating. Gear up. Engaging the autopilot. Now, flaps up. Alright, so we'll do nav, approach. We'll check the vertical speed. See the mountains there. So yeah, by the time we do rugs, 2,000 feet. And this first initial airfix is 4,000 feet, and we've got a magenta 4,000 right here. So by the time we get there, we've got 114 nautical miles remaining. So when we're down at 10 minutes, excuse me, I'll start getting my descent to 4,000 feet. Yeah, yesterday when I was flying on, when I was looking at my browser for the live stream, it wasn't showing me everything, and I did go and review the footage after the flight, and I found that everything was just fine for you know, for the web, and there was nothing wrong with the video at all. But whatever was wrong, it was on my end. What are we at? 9,000 to 11. $1,000 below 11. aircraft is slowing down a little bit. I'm not going to worry about reducing the vertical speed because we'll be leveling off here momentarily. And then I will reduce N1 to get a rate of about 220 knots. So let me back off to about 95 N1 and start with that. Alright. Well, we are exceeding 220. Alright, 90 N1. We're at 230, slowing down a little bit. See if it settles out. Let's try 85 N1. Alright, we're backing down on the speed a little bit. A little worried about this spot here. It's orange, so I'll be paying attention to that. We might need to climb, but from everything I looked at, 11,000 feet was more than adequate for this flight. Let's see, pull up that multifunction display again and zoom out. Well, we've got a lot of orange to cover here, so I'll just eyeball it. If I need to climb higher, I'll climb higher, but I'm not going to worry about it too much right now. It's not red, so that's promising. Now, since we're, over 90 miles or 90 nautical miles away, we're not going to hear anything from ATIS until we get a lot closer. And I know I've already pre-programmed for 3 left. I keep wanting to say 7. We might have to change it. Waiting for it to load. Yeah, we can't really see much till we get closer. Right here is about where we're going to start our descent to 4,000 feet. Interesting, the track IR stalls a little bit when I'm trying to sit up in my seat for the vision. I might have to make a little bit of a configuration change for this aircraft, but I don't know yet. Yeah, we're well above these. haven't tried to make any modifications to the Vision cockpit yet, like I have the Cessna, but I'm not sure what modifications I would want to make. There's no beige in here or tan, and I think it's that I don't like, is the tan. But this is all gray, you know, gray stuff, and just, ooh, we're outside the aircraft now. Yeah, I don't know what I would change. I like the gray, but I could look at it and see what little thing I might be able to adjust. Yesterday I adjusted my VOR1 needles on my Cessna to be green instead of white. Changed them to red, and then I changed them to green. I don't remember what color I actually left them at, but I was just messing with the colors for that. Yeah, COM 1 is on, so we should be able to hear ATIS. RNAV 1 picked up. We've got 75 nautical miles to the what is it, RWY waypoint? Let me look at that just to verify. Yuma, NYL waypoint. Excuse me. Alright, 5 minutes, we're going to begin our descent to 4,000 feet. I guess I could start it now and just do a slow descent. Let's back end 1 to 80. We'll do a vertical speed descent. 5 to begin. Set the altitude to 4 here. Now eyeball it, make an adjustment when we get to the 10-minute mark to see how fast we need to descend to get 4,000. One thing I did not do is turn off my landing lights. 7 more miles, we should be within range of ATIS. And by that I'm going by these, both the GPS and the DME. $8,000 to 4. Well, 8,500 to 4. Even though I have 1,000 feet per minute, it's descending at less than that, and probably because I've got it at 80. Let me drop it to 75 N1. Would probably help descend quicker. Not that we're in a hurry to get there. I started a little early, so we have extra time. And my actual little dot here, because I descended early, it keeps moving forward. It was over here near the screen line, and it was up here earlier. I've been noticing it move. And that's because I'm doing my descent early. I don't need to begin the descent until that dot. I don't need to be at that altitude, I guess, until that dot. Something like that. But in any case, we are 7,500 to 4. We should be hearing from ATIS soon. Did I actually transfer it? What is ATIS? Wasn't it 118.8? Yeah, 118.8. I don't think I switched it.
Yuma MCAS Information Hotel. 1800 Zulu weather. Wind 300 at 5. Visibility more than 10. Sky clear. Temperature 12. Dew point -6. Altimeter 3011.
Alright, so we're going to have to switch to 26, and it's 3011 for the altimeter. I'll go ahead and change that now. And then we'll go ahead and change the flight plan as well. Procedure. Enter. No, we don't have an RNAV for 26. We don't have anything for 26. Maybe I plugged in the wrong ATIS. Let me go back and look at this airport here. They got a 21 right, 3 left, 17, 21 right for RNAV. That's ILS. Yeah, 17, 3, 21. There is no 26. So let me look at the approach plate. 118.8 for ATIS. And that's active.
CAS Information Hotel. 1800 Zulu weather. Wind 300 at 5. Visibility more than 10.
I have a 21, a 17, and a 3. That's it.
-6. Altimeter 3011. Arriving runway 26. Departing runway 26. Advise on initial contact Yuma Hotel.
Alright, I'm going to stick with 7, 3, 3. I'm going to stick with 3 because I do not have a 26.
Yuma MCAS Information Hotel.
Yuma. That is Yuma.
Wind 300 at 5. Visibility more than 10.
We're 1,000 to 4 here.
Temperature 12. Dew point -6. Altimeter 3011. Arriving runway 26. Departing runway 26. Advise on initial.
Okay, so this might be one of those instances where we're arriving at an air. Now, I don't know why it would, the airport may have changed. the information that is in X-plane might have a runway 26, but the information provided on SkyVector does not indicate a runway 26 at all. Let me look at the actual airport itself as opposed to just the approach plates, because I'm just looking at approach plates. I just want to determine if there is a 26 at all. Let me pull that over here. So I want to zoom in on that. My eyes aren't perfect. So that says 262, but it doesn't say 262 degrees. That would be runway 3 left. That's what I have planned for us. So it looks like a runway 26 here then. And then the opposite is 350, maybe, I don't know. That's 35 for sure. That's 17. It's upside down. And that's 3, and that's 21 left. And that's 21 right. So we have 3 right and left, 21 right and left, 17 and 35. That's our options. There is no 26. So I don't know why ATIS is telling us 26.
Yuma MCAS information X-ray. 1800 Zulu weather. Wind 300 at 5.
Yeah, we're going to leave it. Let me listen to that one more time. Sorry.
Yuma MCAS information X-ray.
Wind heading at 300 at 5 knots. That's not that bad. I'm showing 8 knots.
Temperature 12, dew point -6.
And I'm showing it going the opposite direction. If we go by this, it would actually be heading this direction.
Departing runway 26.
So yeah, maybe there was a change on that airport. Now, the only other instance I could that I'm aware of, personally, because I used to fly it a lot, was the Greensboro Airport. If I fly to the Greensboro Airport and say Flight Simulator X, FSX, there's only one runway. One. That's it. And the airport doesn't even look like it does today. But if I fly it in X-Plane or Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, one of the newer flight simulators, and even Flight Gear, there's 2 runways, and it looks more like it is today. So, just another instance of what's in the game sometimes not matching up with what's on SkyVector. But in that instance, it was FSX that didn't match up because it didn't have any updated information. Now, perhaps there's something I could download, to update it, get it right, but that's not something I pursued. Alright, I'm going to set this back to 85 and 1 to get us there quicker. But we are just 5 minutes from our next fix, and I think we needed to be at 4,000 for the next fix as well. So I'll be watching these to see when it says to descend to 3 or 2. And then we'll just do it when it changes here. Zoom in. Yeah, that was interesting. I don't have the option for 2.6. How can I land at 2.6? Just make it up, and we'll just do a heading of 2.6 and land at whatever, whatever's available on the ground. Might be a mountain. Might be some houses. trees, water. But I would think SkyVector has the more up-to-date information. So if 2.6 used to exist, we should be able to find some evidence of it on the web if I were to go searching. And KNYL should be a U.S. airport. Because the U.S. airports start with a K. So I don't know. I don't want to do the research right now while I'm doing the live stream, but I would like to know more about 2.6 and what happened there. About to take a right here. I'm seeing the airport down there, and I'm like, when are we going to descend? I'm going to slow the aircraft down. We've got 2.3 nautical miles until we're at BZA, and then we'll probably have an altitude change to 3,000. 12 seconds. 8. I'll go ahead and do 3,000 and then get ready for the vertical speed change. Oh, it's taking us out this way and then backing around. Okay, okay. So I don't have to worry so much. So in that case, I'm going to speed back up to 80 knots. 80 and 1 rather, not 80 knots. See, I didn't even see or notice all this really. We were kind of on track with this, and I was seeing the runway. I'm like, why are we not descending? It completely didn't even notice what was on the multifunction display, that it goes all the way around and back. So we still have an altitude of 4,000. Even though this says 3, I haven't actually descended to 3. We're holding 4,000 until I do the vertical speed down to 3 once it changes. Where does it change at? Wigs? Yeah, when we're heading to Wigs. So in 7 miles, we'll be descending to 3. Alright, we got our change there. We'll probably get one more like that to 2,000 feet. '70 and 1, slow us down a tad. 2000. Alright, we shouldn't have to make any more altitude changes. The autopilot should switch to the glide path here shortly, and then we'll just extend flaps and slow the aircraft down from here on out. So yeah, if you haven't subscribed, please help build this channel and subscribe. And then if you've got any comments, please leave a comment. You know, we were discussing earlier, you know, I haven't actually made any changes to the cockpit in this aircraft. If you've got any suggestions for things you might like to see changed, leave me a comment. Let me know, and if I have the ability to do it, I'll make the change. Yeah, I would certainly be grateful if you would subscribe. It would help build the channel. I've just a few subscribers now. I'd like to see that change. Alright, I'm going to lower our speed after this right hand turn coming up just a tad. I'll probably go to 60N1. We have our bar here. We don't have a magenta dot yet, but we do have the bar here for the glide path. Alright, we'll begin our descent here shortly. A little bar here. Once it gets around about right here, we'll start descending. This should switch from GP/V to GP, and it will be green. We're beginning our descent. I'm going to extend some flaps. Lowering it to 50N1, and I'm going to extend more flaps and get the speed down to about 75 knots. We are right there at the runway, gear down. So we'll be taking a little bit of a turn, we'll be lined up, and it's going to be a rather quick landing. 99 knots. 90 knots. $80 I'm giving it extra power now to slow it down to get it to about 75 knots. We'll be right on. Alright, we're at 60N1 and the speed is stopping. It's not dropping so much anymore. I'll give it to 62N1. 63. Right there at 63 looks like to be the sweet spot. We got 7-knot crosswind, so we're flying into it a little bit. So we're not exactly lined up, but as we get closer, the winds will probably drop a little bit. Our MDA is what, 560 feet. So we got a few hundred more feet before I'll take over the autopilot and fly us the rest of the way in. Looks like we need to fly over those telephone wires. Hopefully the glide slope doesn't have us passing through those, but I don't think I'll be taking over the autopilot before passing over them. Maybe as I'm right on top of them. 680 to 560, 660 to 560. 580, 560. Alright, aircraft's in my control. Dropping the throttle just a tad and nosing up some. Getting this thing ready right there above stall. Floating. So I didn't get it right on the line, but it was a nice gentle landing. I did float a little bit, and I could have done better. I wasn't that happy with that landing. Alright, we'll take a right here. I don't really know which way to go for this runway. I didn't look. Trying to get on that line, but it's a challenge. Really, to ride it, I have to do the rudder pedal, a little to the right, and then let loose, and then a little to the right again, let off, a little to the right again, let off, a little to the right again. It's like I can't just get it in one sweet spot and then stay on the line. long runway. Wow. Oh, that's just going to take me to the runway. Maybe we can bypass it here, go over it. I'm trying to get over to those hangars. Any aircraft flying in? I don't see any. A little bit of a bounce there. I think I don't need to nose up as much as I'm nosing up in that. Because then I hang there, just nose up a little bit and let it continue at its rate of descent for the most part. And it's already angled at what it needs to be at for full flaps anyways. So just a little nose up, let it fall in, Probably be for a better landing. I'll try that next time. And this one has springy wheels, so it's probably not going to bang, you know, if I land a little bit harder than, say, I would in the Cessna. It's got some impact resistance there. Alright, so we won't show the whole taxi. Maybe a little bit. I was just trying to get it on the line. Got it there. I was working hard at it. I don't know how good I did, but I was working hard to be on the line. Alright, YouTube, thank you for watching. Enjoy your day, and I'll see you next time.